Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have a special case. This is a PS4 console. This one is the exact model, is a PS4 CUH-2115B model, and that information can be found right at the back where it says Sony right in between the grooves. On the bottom it will show you. And this client brought this one in, and they said that since they purchased it about 8-9 years ago, they haven't serviced it and they've been using it daily, and it sounds like a jet engine. And it does get really hot. They say they can even cook an egg probably on top. And by the looks of it, I can see there's really dusty in here. So we're gonna open it up and see what happens if you don't clean and service your console. And you can see this one, all these ports are really dirty, clogged up with dust. Even on this side, it is dust up. Let's get into it and let's open it. I'm going to show you the process of how to open it properly and how to clean it, and let's see what happens. And I know that they've never been opened because the seal for the screw is never lifted up. Because as soon as you lift up this seal, so let's lift it up from here, it will never go back again the same way. It will say void, void. So this one was never taken off. So first time that we removed this seal. So you can see it puts some void marks right on top as soon as you remove it. Alright, so let's leave that one in one side and let's get into it. I'm going to go over the tools that I'll be using, and everything I'll be using it will be linked in the video description. Tool number one is a good screwdriver. I'll recommend you an iFixit screwdriver set. I purchased mine and I never got this as a gift or anything like that, so it's not a promotional. I literally love this tool because the bits are really toughened bit. They will never go bad. And I got the basic set. If you get the pro set, they will include you with an opening tools and some tweezers. Just get the basic set for this case. And if you want to get the pro, they will include you with an opening tools and stuff like that. If not, just grab yourself a curved tweezers, a metallic spatula, good to have, and a guitar pick to opening cases and covers in case you want to open it. Alright, another one, we need a workshop towel. 1 or 2 sheets of the workshop towel. Don't use microfiber towels. They can get tangled on the capacitors and they can damage the board. Because once you use an alcohol, this is the next one, 99% or 98% isopropylic or isopropylic alcohol. Once you apply it on the towel and you try to clean the motherboard or the components, this will rip apart and prevent damaging on the components on the board. So to have these ones on hand, a toothbrush to clean up the motherboard, a soft or medium toothbrush. What else I need? And a good thermal paste. You can use an Arctic MX4 thermal paste or MX6. The next one is an MX6, which is much better than this one. So I'll be using MX4. Or if you want to go overkill, go with Thermal Grizzly, Cryonaut. These are really good too. But after that, you don't need anything higher than that, as is not necessary. This is not an overclocked CPU or anything like that. So I hope I'm not missing anything. If I'm missing, I'll let you guys know as we go inside this. Right, so first thing first, we want to remove the top cover. To remove the top cover, you want to put your fingers at the back side in here. Actually, it was the other side. In the front. And you want to lift up the front. Oh, I see all this dust just came in my face. You just put your fingers at the back here on the bottom side, and with thumb, you want to push this logo upward. Same thing on this side. Holy. Actually, I'm going to put this one underneath. So I need a bigger one. Once I lift up these two sides, I'm going to bring it up. Once you're in this position, you want to slide it towards the back a little bit on 45-degree angle and bring it up. Look at all that dust in here. You can take it outside, brush it off, or even wash it out with a soap. Alright, so let's leave that one in there. I can see the fan right in there, extra dust on top. Alright, so once we have this part out, we are going to remove the screws on top here. So these are a hex, these security screws. These are hex torque number 10. So, no, it's actually number 9 we need. If I'm right or wrong. Yeah, torque number 9. With a security lock. Security lock means that there's a tiny pinhole right in between. We're going to remove this screw right in here. Woohoo! There's a dust flying everywhere. And the screw right on the other side. one of them is shorter than the other one. The short one or the long one, if you don't want to mix them, for the long one, put an L on this side. That way you know is the longest screw and the shortest screw. It's really easy to find out. If you put the long one in there, it will stick up way extra up here. You know that's the wrong one. And if you put the short one in there, it will just fall all the way down. That's really easy to find out too if you don't want to mark it. So I'm going to put this one in here. I'm going to take it to clean it outside. Once you do that, and remove these 3 screws on the Wi-Fi antenna and on the side. Those are Phillips 0. So grab a Phillips screwdriver and remove those tiny screws. This one, the Wi-Fi one, is really tiny. These side ones are medium compared to the short one. All right, once we do that, we're going to remove this screw right in here. This one is a tiny screw too. This screw is a metallic screw because the threads on here, they are really close to each other. And this one in here is a plastic threads, and the threads are really far apart from each other. It's really noticeable. So you know that this is a metallic one, this is a plastic one. All right, we're going to remove this other one here. This is a plastic one, I guess. Or metallic one. This is a metallic one, the threads. And there's one more in the middle. And we have a hex screw right in the middle of the plate. I have no idea why they do this kind of hex and screw Phillips. Alright. Now that we remove all this, we need to flip it over, but I'm not going to flip it over in my table like this. I'm going to drop every dust bit on here. So we are going to remove this, slide this hard drive power to the one side and lift it up. Ew, I see a cockroach. Tiny cockroaches fall off from here. I can see another one right there. There's a few cockroaches right in here. Alright, so we're gonna unscrew one Phillips screw on this side. So unscrew that Phillips. I told you might want to put a hazard mask. So let's go ahead and remove this one here. And we can slide out the hard drive. Whoa, there's a whole bunch of cockroaches in there. So we're gonna put the whole drive in there and we're gonna shake it out. So everything comes out. Alright. Now we're gonna remove the middle screw in the back where we remove the label. That's a torque screw. Mini torque back screw. Once you remove that, you want to push this side where you remove the screw outward. And once you remove it like that, you want to lift it up and push it towards the front in a 45-degree angle. And it will reveal its dirty side. So there is a whole bunch of garbage in there, and I can see, look at all this cockroaches, cockroach eggs, everything in here. Alright, now that we got this one's removed, we're gonna disconnect the fan cable quickly. Just slide it back. And I'm gonna take it outside. I'm gonna use a toothbrush to clean as much as I can from this disgusting stuff in here, so I don't have to work all around in here. Well, probably I should show you guys. Let me just shake it off in here. So let's put this one on top. Alright, so what we need to do here, before we go anywhere further, we need to remove the power unit. First, then we remove the screw for the Wi-Fi, just remove it, untangle it through here, and lift it up like this. We need to remove one screw on the back side of here. We need to remove this screw right in here, by this Wi-Fi board in here. This is a Phillips screw. because this screw holds from the hard drive, the power unit. So remove this screw right there. And now we can go back this way. We are gonna lift up the power unit. Just put your fingers in there. Bring it up. Hold it. Yank it up a little bit from the middle. And it will come. Just make sure this YY cable comes out. And bring it up. Flip it over. You can see there's more cockroaches in the power unit. We're gonna blow air through here. We're gonna remove this connector through here. Once you remove that one in there, so we can see it almost coming out. And we are gonna flip it over. And we are gonna remove as much as connectors we can in here. So first thing first, the antenna for this board right in here, untangle it. Just bring it out, put it to one side. This cable in here, you're gonna grab this flip thing and the blue flex and slide it towards this yourself. Just slide it. This one that has a little latch on it, so you want to lift up this latch and then you want to slide this one out. This one doesn't have any latch, so pretty much you want to slide it back. This one has a little latch. No, it doesn't have a latch. You want to slide it back. Now what we need to do is to remove all the screws that we have in here. There's a black screw and the chrome screws, so we need to remove all of them. There's one right in here on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3. What I like to do in here for you guys, it will help you guys too. All those black screws that we can see, we can mark it right beside it, just like that. Oh, there's a thicker side, so I know where the black screws go. So it's easy for you to know, and so you don't have to start looking around for the threads for the screw. Alright, so we remove most of the, mark the black screw, the rest is the chrome screw, and you will know the difference between the metallic and the plastic one. So let's say remove this one in here. So as I remove this one, I can see the threads is big, so that I know that's a plastic one. Once I remove this one, the threads are small threads, so that means it's a metallic one. So we're gonna remove all these screws. So let's go all around, remove all of them, the chrome, black screws, all. Also, if you guys like my video, if you find my video helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. I appreciate that. Now that we remove everything in here, we're going to lift up this metallic cover and bring it up from one side. And oh, there might be no. So bring it up, wiggle it around. There's one more, 2 tiny black screws right in here. So right under the DVD drive. So you want to mark those two. So there's a in here. 1 and 2. Now we can lift it up. This is the bottom plate. You can get a thermal pads. These are 1mm thermal pads for the VRAMs. You can change them if you want to. But if you don't, it's okay. They don't heat up anyway that much. And there's a few stuck in here, so I'm gonna remove and reuse them. Alright, so we're gonna remove the X clamp right in here. There are 2 screws. One, the big screw, you can make a mistake on this one. Remove the other side and remove the clip right on top. And you can remove this clip right in here. Once you have that one removed, we need to disconnect this power cable connector in here. Just break it up a little bit so you can grab it. And I'm gonna use my tweezers to. It's kind of hard to bring it up, so let me see if I can bring it from here. I can disconnect it through here, zigzag it right through this side. I'm gonna zigzag this one right through here, so I don't have to disconnect it from there. I'll bring it up, through here, bring it up here, and I can just pull it back. It should release itself. Oh, there's a Wi-Fi connector on the other side under the power unit. We had to disconnect it, but it just came out. So there's a thermal paste is dried out. We're gonna leave the motherboard to one side. Now in here, we need to remove this heat plate, bring it up straight. And the money shot is right over here. You see this fan blows through here, and look at all this clogged up vent right through here. The thermal pads in here too, these are 1mm thermal pad for power regulators. This metallic that came out, it was from one corner. We're gonna put it back together. And the fan is right in here. To remove the fan, there's a 2 screws that hold it in place. Remove these 2 screws. Now you can remove the fan. I don't know where did it fall. Yeah. And now we can remove the fan and bring it up. And take it outside, use a toothbrush and clean it with that compressed air. There's more cockroaches right there. So I'm gonna clean up all this and I'll be back right after. Alright, I took it outside, I cleaned up as much as I could. This is the coloration anyway. So I cleaned up the fan, so we're gonna place the fan in first. We're gonna drop it right there. We're gonna put the 2 screws for the fan in the corner back only. So I hold it in place. And next, let me just remove this one. I cleaned up the bottom casing too, so no need for me. Okay, let's put that one in there. So we're gonna drop down the bottom board that the fan goes in. So I clean up the dock system, the fan, the both side with a toothbrush. We're gonna drop this one right in here. Make sure it goes in, falls in nicely. Pull these cables upward. They stay right up here. Alright, now we're gonna bring the motherboard. Before we put the motherboard down, we're gonna clean up the motherboard and repaste it. To repaste it, we're gonna grab one sheet of the workshop towel. We're gonna take one corner, we're gonna soak it in an alcohol. And we're gonna clean up the old thermal paste. Alright, there. And we're gonna change the thermal paste on the CPU die. Just clean as much as you can on the die. You don't have to go crazy all around it. Just shake it off and nicely uncleaned. Once we clean it up, now we're gonna apply one line of thermal paste right on top. There, fair amount. And we are gonna bring it down and we're gonna place it right in on the board. So we're gonna bring it like this. First we're gonna put the I/O side down. So I'll put this one at the end. So let's put the I/O side down underneath here. So it falls in there. We need to bring it down and move these cables over. Because once you put it down, you don't want to lift it up because the thermal paste is gonna be squished nicely in the correct place. Once it's in there, first we want to put this one right over. Right, and I hope I haven't forgot any screws under the bottom cover. I doubt it. Okay, so we're gonna put that one in here, and we are gonna put the clamps on top. This clamp you can bend it a little bit backward, so it has a little more push towards the motherboard, so you get a better contact. I mean a pull. So push it down. Just put a few turns on the one and then put that one and then go ahead and tighten it up. So plug in the fan cable always. Don't forget that one in. The top cover, we need to, if you want to replace thermal pads, replace them. If not, use the old ones. I'll put them right on top here. And we are gonna bring it. Okay, this one fall off. Gently bring it over. Align it. And drop it right on top. Make sure these cables, they go on top. And place it right in here. Alright, so one of them may fall off. So let's see which one was it. You don't want to have one without. That was for that one over there. So I'm gonna pull these cables out. I'm gonna put one or two black screws right where I know it in the middle. This one, it was in the middle, so we need to put this one back on. So this clip that we removed, that it fall off, it was from the mid here, from the underneath here. So it's good that this happened, so you guys know where this one goes. If you put it in the comment area, where does that one go? So I'm gonna reopen this one right now quickly. We're gonna again repaste so you guys can see. Is also for you guys to see that the thermal paste is spread nicely all over the CPU. So it happens to me so you guys can see. We're gonna remove that. And we have to put this one right in here. It goes right there. And we can see that thermal paste, it is evenly spread all over the CPU die. So I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna reapply. And I'm gonna bring it down again. Before I put it down, I wanna make sure that everything is, I don't wanna open it up again. So yeah, bring it down, put it down, make sure the screw goes right there. Pull up the back cables. Bring up this one here. Put the thermal pads right on top of the VRAMs. Oh, before I put it down, I almost forgot to put the X clamp. Put the X clamp so it pulls the heatsink towards itself. Do a few turns again. And then put the other one. And bring it. Let's put this one through here first, so I don't have to deal with it again. I'll put that one right through here. There we have it. Nicely in place. And now we can go ahead and put the tiny black screw right in the middle, right where it was. And there we have it. I'm gonna put few black screws in here first. And I know these chrome screws, they grab from the corners in here, they grab from the plastic cover so the whole thing stays in place. So cross screw a few of them. This one over here. Now we're gonna push down these clips in, slide them right inside the connector gently. This one you have to open the latch 90 degree and then slide it in and close the latch on top. This one you want to slide it right underneath gently. This one too. There we go. Right, and this Wi-Fi cable antenna goes all around in here and goes here and it snaps right in the corner back. There we go. Alright, now that we got this one in place, we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna grab the power supply that we cleaned up. We're gonna plug in like this position first, and we're gonna plug in this connector in there. It only goes in one way, so you can see the pin, the short, it only goes in one way. You have to go softly in there and clicks in, and plug in this Wi-Fi connector right in the correct spot there. And this cable goes through here. There's a tiny grooves right in here, all around like that. Now we're gonna bend it over like this. This pin has to go through here, so we're gonna bring it down straight down, and we're gonna make sure it falls in correct spot. Something in this side is not letting me go in, so let me see. There we go. And it's in place. Now all we need to do is to push down this one in here, put one tiny screw right on top of this one in here, so it keeps it in place. Now this one is a tiny plastic one, so it doesn't go anywhere. Now we're gonna rotate, and we're gonna deal with all these tiny black and chrome screws that we have. We're gonna place them in here. So I'm gonna start with the black screws, and then I'll go with the chrome head screws. Remember, the plastic ones are longer threads. I'm gonna fast forward this part a little bit. Alright, now I put all the screws in here, even the one inside the tray for the hard drive. We are gonna grab this portion like this. We know that is the bottom part, and this is the bottom part of this one here. So I'm gonna slide it down in 45-degree angle right inside the tray. Make sure it goes all the way in, and bring it down and squish it in place. Make sure it clicks in nicely. Alright, once we have that one in there, we're gonna grab this cover in here, heat dissipator. We're gonna drop it right in there. Make sure it stays in there. We know that one of the longest screws is in here, and another one is in the middle, and this side was a short screw. No, not this one. This is too short. So these two short screws doesn't go there. So this one goes. That's too high. I believe this one was from here. So let me see. Torque screw. Yep, that was there. So the short one goes to the left. One long one in the middle. And this other long one, it goes right in there. The rest is, one of them is Phillips. So we're gonna put this Phillips, is the metallic one, it goes in the middle. This is a metallic one, goes in here. This is a metallic one, a small one, which is this one right in here. Goes in there. And two plastic screws, medium size, goes on the side of the console. There we go. Alright, once we're done with that, I got one plastic one in here. So, which one and where? I missed one, I forgot one, I guess. But that doesn't matter, there's many of them that you'll be forgetting probably. So, it's probably not important, it's from the bottom casing. You can reopen it, recheck it if you want to, or you can just simply pop out the bottom cover and make sure that you haven't forgot any of them in here. Just rerun, and there you go, one in the corner. But again, most of the screws are actually not essential screws. But if you do forget them, there you have it. Again, bring it down in 45-degree angle, put it in, smash it down, grab the top cover, and this top cover goes from the back towards the front. So this is the front, so it goes from the back towards the front, and it flips in. Or it goes from the front towards the back, this one. Let me see. No, this one comes from the back towards the front. So put the back end first, slide it in there, nicely in place, and then bring down the front and squish the front end. Now just give it a nice clean from the top side, from the side, clean up the casing. And to finish it off, grab the hard drive, pop it in there. It only goes in one way. And put the screws for the hard drive, which should be one simple screw right in here with a PlayStation logo right on top of it. Once you put that one in here, grab the cover for the hard drive in an offset position. Make sure they have this offset position right in here. Bring it down, squish, and push it in there. To finish it off, put the hex screw right at the back cover, which was under the warranty label right in here. And that should cover up today's video. Again, I hope you guys like this video and I helped you guys out. If you want to support the channel, you can click that like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. If you have any question or request, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.